Willow Beach Campground and RV Park. We had a blast, puppies got to enjoy the lake, but our Arizona adventures are not quite done yet, y'all, because we've got National Park number 11 coming up, the Grand Canyon. How could we go to Arizona and not visit the Grand Canyon? So it's gonna be our last stop.
Yeah, and guess what? It is a balmy 90 degrees there, and I am so excited.
Arizona, we love you, but man.
Why do you always have to be trying to kill us?
Hey baby, it's the Roadkill Cafe.
What is that?
Can they see it? Do y'all see that? Raindrops.
That's the first time we've seen rain in months.
Since February.
Since February, that's so crazy. Clouds just seem so foreign to me.
Ladies, we made it. We're at Raptor Ranch, our home for the next 2 nights.
Yep.
Yo, we made it out of hell, which is essentially what that temperature back at Willow Beach felt like.
Yeah, 115 is a little too hot for us.
We're officially here at Raptor Ranch RV Park, and by the name, you can tell that it's gonna be a little gimmicky, but it's 86 degrees with a breeze and this cloud cover that you see over us right here.
This RV park is only about 20 minutes from the Grand Canyon, but we're probably just gonna hang out here tonight, maybe grab some pizza. They got a pizza place.
Yeah, we got some video work to get done. Weekend's coming up, but we're trying to have a full day at the Grand Canyon tomorrow. So we're gonna lay low tonight. We'll see how tomorrow goes.
And you get free entrance to the park over here in the backside. They do flight demo. The next one's at 5 and 6 o'clock depending on weather.
Hey, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Good.
Perfect. Would you like an pamphlet as well?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And that, folks, is why you get a National Park Pass.
We just got there so
we
fast.
just skipped that line real quick, like.
We literally did not wait at all. I have heard of people waiting, especially at the South Rim entrance, for a decent amount of time, and we did not come early. We came at 11:30.
0 wait. Y'all, that was better than the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. Welcome to a really big hole in the ground. No, it's not the biggest hole in the ground in the world. That distinction belongs somewhere in Peru or Nepal, but it is our 11th national park. It's the Grand Canyon, y'all.
Yeah, and not to say it's not big, it's bigger than the whole state of Rhode Island.
That's pretty darn big. As we mentioned before, we couldn't leave state number 48 without seeing the Grand Canyon.
I mean, it is the Grand Canyon state.
Our last stop in Arizona.
Obviously, Grand Canyon is one of the most well-known and most visited national parks.
I imagine majestic views.
I feel like majestic views is like scenic views, where it's just a code word for like terrifying for me.
That's might be true for her.
It's kind of crazy what a river can do to a landscape over a lot of years. And actually, they don't exactly know how old it is. They originally thought around like 6 million, and now they're thinking, what, like 70 million? Another really cool thing I found out when I was looking up the park is that it is home to the most remote village in the continental US. It only has 208 people and it is inside the canyon.
That's wild.
And Supai Village is also the only place that still gets its mail delivered by a pack mule.
That's pretty crazy. And if you're a new viewer to Project RV, we do actually have our national park playlist, which we recently put up, which is our first 10 national parks. So we'll link that here for you so you can check it out. Not too bad temperature wise. We got all the snacks, all the water, and now we need to hit the visitor center. Probably should have thought about this before coming to the Grand Canyon Visitor Center. That's an absolute zoo and 3 parking lots full of cars. Still have the trailer hitch on, so I'm gonna take that off so we can actually park this beast. That's a lot of people. This place is huge. Oh, there we are. Of course, first things first.
Let's get stamped. We will not be doing Bright Angel Trail because the shortest real turnaround is about 2 to 4 hours. South Kaibab Trail, this is the one that we want to do. It's got the shorter turnaround. We got Hopi Point, 1 to 2 hours, Cedar Ridge, 2 to 4 hours. So we'll get out there and see how we feel. We're gonna go for about a 5-minute walk to Mathis Trail, which actually a lot of people suggest you get out here for sunrise to see it, but we're not those people.
We're gonna get as much done as we can in a day. That's kind of how we roll. But there are a ton of trails here, a lot of options, and most of them are super long. And the best approach from what we've read is that you kind of choose a trail, go down as far as you want into the canyon, and then you start to come back up.
But there are set viewpoints and turnaround points that they list on the board, so you can get a good idea. Just remember there's a lot of elevation, so even if you're okay with walking a mile, just remember you're gonna be walking up a mile too.
Gotta go back up, y'all. Here's the moment of truth. Our first eyes on the Grand Canyon. Whoa. We just saw this little squirrel hanging out in the tree right here.
Technically the most poisonous animal in the park, I believe, is the Gila monster, but the most dangerous statistically is the squirrel, because it's the most likely to bite you. So be careful.
Victoria, you don't want to do that?
No. All these kids showing me up out here.
All right, next stop.
Just walk 0.6 miles from Mathis Point to Yavapai Point along the rim trail. Breathe that in. Do you feel that?
7,000 feet, some of the cleanest air in the world, they say.
It's true.
This is actually where we're gonna take the shuttle. And they do have a free shuttle, runs every 15 minutes to stops all throughout the park.
We are going to the South Kaibab Trail Point. You can actually only access some of the roads by shuttle from March, I think, to November because they don't want to clog up the roads.
That suspension bridge is right there, y'all. That's so crazy, right over the water.
Built in 1928, it is 440 feet long.
I'd just like to point out how Victoria read that fun fact about the suspension bridge for you.
I take my job as a junior ranger very seriously ever since Jamestown. I learned all the fun facts I can.
Horseshoe Bend. Maybe Horseshoe Bend.
I think so.
Okay, our goal is to get either here or here.
Welcome to South Kaibab Trail. This is one of the trails that if you go far enough, it'll actually take you down to the Colorado River, even actually over the Colorado River on that suspension bridge that we saw.
We will not be doing that today.
We will not be doing that. Instead, hopefully we're going at least to Point, which I'm hoping the views are as beautiful as it sounds. Also, fun fact, this is one of those trails where mules can take you down, but I will not be putting my life in the hands of, or hooves of mules.
Down as far as you want.
I think we're just gonna make it to
Okay, we decided that.
I think my nerves can't take any further than
This trail is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a bunch of switchbacks down the mountain. We should mention that some of the park is dog friendly, but not this trail.
Not this trail.
No dogs allowed. I feel like one of the craziest parts about the Grand Canyon is the fact that the tallest point is somewhere around 9,000 feet above sea level. I think that's on the north rim. And there's marine fossils there.
That is crazy.
Think about that for a second. Marine fossils at 9,000 feet. It's a big place. It's Point. See? Ooh.
Where's it? Ooh. Ah!
Is right. Wow. This is wild up here. And they do say that, you know, if you really do want to get a good look at other than from one of the rim, gotta come down into the canyon. They were right. Okay, now the hard part of this trail, coming back up. You forget that you're at 7,000 feet elevation, and it's a little harder to do these hikes. Victoria's out here conquering fears right now. She's been terrified
the whole way for approximately 50 minutes so far.
We're taking it slow and steady, but she's doing a great job, and it's beautiful out here. It really is. You ready to keep going? And obviously, here's your please be safe when you come out here disclaimer. Take as many stops as you need and hydrate, more hydrate. Okay, y'all, we're back up. And it looks like we're staying up here right on the rim where Victoria belongs. Yes. She was a bit traumatized, pushed herself, made it, but I don't think we're going back down into that canyon again.
Absolutely not. I'm not a heights person. I'm definitely an upper rim person. My advice is, if you already know you're scared of heights and you can't get down the first 0.1 mile, then it's probably not for you. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. But I will say, it was pretty beautiful in there. Victoria wasn't looking a whole lot, but I was. This is good information, especially if you need like a drink or a snack and you maybe didn't bring enough. The bike shop is where you want to stop, the bike rental place.
Yep, and have a cafe.
Gatorade and an iced dirty chai.
Grand Canyon is chock full of a whole bunch of campgrounds and lodges, and the cool thing is that some of them actually have some restaurants and cafes. This one, however, seems to be closed for dinner right now, which stinks.
No bueno.
Yeah, we were hoping to grab a little drink before we went to another viewpoint.
Oh wait, were we wrong?
I think we were just in the wrong spot.
Okay. Cheers. Obviously, we were wrong about that whole Bright Angel Lodge being open thing. The steakhouse was closed, but
Fred's Burgers was open.
yeah, you just gotta go around the corner, you know, do better than us.
Maybe do real research.
Now that we have food and drink in us, it's time to get on the Red Route shuttle bus and go catch the sunset. Last stop of the day, Hopi Point for sunset.
They do say that there are no bad spots for sunsets, only better ones, and I'm gonna trust the one that the ranger says is the best.
Which is this one.
Yes, Hopi Point, they say go to the east while the sun is going down, so away from the sun, so you can see the sun on all of the ridges. It's beautiful. And then once the sun goes down, then you look towards the west.
We told you that we jumped on the red shuttle. Now that shuttle will take you to all the viewpoints and it's the farthest point from the visitor center.
However, whoever directs these shuttles does an excellent job because they literally just bypassed all the other spots because they know everyone wanted to go to Hopi.
Yes, I love national parks like this where it's so big and so many visitors that they really have these things down to an absolute science.
Super efficient.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say about the Grand Canyon? It's majestic, as Victoria would say. Scenically scary.
Definitely a little scary. If you think about it, this is the sun setting on our time in Arizona too.
Oh, the metaphor. Yeah, yes, this is our last sunset in Arizona.
I'm a little sad.
At the Grand Canyon, how better to go out with a bang.
I'm actually a little sad leaving Arizona. I had a good time, met a lot of good people, worked with a lot of good people.
Saw a lot of beautiful places. Hey, State 48, love this place. And, you know, we talk about it. Some of the places that we visited, we might think about permanently staying. And this state is top of that list as we go along.
And I will say that I'm sure we will definitely be back at some point.
It's about time to jump back on this bus if we can hear it right now.
Yeah, we're really gonna miss you, Arizona. And of course, your sunsets.
And tomorrow starts our official trek towards the PNW Pacific Northwest. We got about 8 hours on our hands tomorrow. So in that case, we'll see you about that time next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.